So we've got the AI worked out, design is done, it feels fun, but it didn't quite feel like it was part of the Clash family yet.
The wall targeting was solved, but that was just the first problem. Every troop in Clash has a role, a reason to exist, a place in the meta.
Looking at troops in these two different moments, like, has its own role, it's clear, and one that doesn't. They're still like figuring out what we do with this. You think like, okay, this is cool, but how exactly do I use this?
When troops make sense for the army, it often has to fill some purpose for your army. A troop that really fits a strategy and fits what it's trying to do for the entire army and not just by itself, I think that's when they tend to work the best.
The behavior was where most of the work lived.
Normally, when we need to change a troop, what ends up happening is we play test it and we get a feel for the troop, and then we realize it's just not quite right. What we end up doing is talking about how do we do that? How do we get it to feel right? Is it tweaking existing behaviors? Do we actually cut something out and replace it with something else? Sometimes it's a give and take. Sometimes it's, it was bad, so we need to make it better. There were two main problems with the troop only targeting walls. First is that it doesn't match the intent and the feel of what we were trying to make. And second, it's a bit chaotic and kind of broken.
Each one got cut. Each cut meant starting again.
We started with the Super Hog Rider. We gave it the Super Wall Breaker AI. That was hilarious, but not quite the design that we were looking for. Then we changed it to the Ram Rider, where it would destroy the first wall, but then it kind of would get stuck on the second wall and it wouldn't feel good. I think we knew that the design was more, let's punch through all the walls. And then we looked back at Rudra's design and we realized it says right here, Elephant Rider equals Valkyrie plus Root Rider. So let's just give it that AI. And that felt much better.
And then there was balance.
When we're doing balancing in the game, I think the most important thing that we try to do is, this is gonna sound a bit silly, I'm sorry, but the game is balanced. We don't want like a single army or a single troop to stand out and just like dominate.
When a troop breaks the balance in the game, it's pretty easy to tell. It often means that you can just use them mindlessly and you win. And sometimes breaking the game feels really fun. And I think that's the perfect time for temp troops to exist, is to break the game, to give the player this moment of, oh, the game's really tough, it's really strategical, it's really difficult to get a 3-star. And then one day you log in and you can just 3-star everything and it's really fun to just watch things blow up. So I think there's a time and place to break the game, and I think this troop does a great job of that.
Finding that window takes longer than you'd think.
I think when we try a version, it's pretty easy to tell, is this version even fun? And if it's not, then you change. Tweaking the values isn't going to really change it that much. Deciding when a troop is finally finished can be difficult because sometimes you want to keep polishing it because it's fun and you care a lot about the troop. But I think timelines are the best pressure for getting things out the door. Finding the balance of like, okay, is this fun? Is this good enough for the player so that we can give it to them? Once you have that moment of you're excited to give it to the player, I think that's when you can say, okay, this is good enough and let's give it to them.
The gameplay was there, the role was there, but there was still one question nobody had answered. That one was going to be harder than anyone expected.
So at this point, the design is done. It feels fun. The design feels like it's ready for the player, but the troop is not finished yet.